Kabbalah Shabbat service where we welcome these angels of Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem. This is a slightly different melody than we've done, but I think you will enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Here. There we go. And if you are interested in following, page 4 in our Sidurim. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la. On the next page, page 5, if you're all following along, with Yedid Nefesh. This is a beautiful melody by Nava Tehillah, which we enjoy very much in the synagogue. We will do the first verse and then some Yalalais. How's that? Actually, let's start with Yalalais. Alos Sadai. In my perfect world, the PowerPoint that I put together would work beautifully and magically. Unfortunately, men tracht, lacht, and I will just shout the words at you. It's a beautiful song. It's called so let's just say the words. Ya'alos Sadai. Your turn. Ya'alos Sadai. V'chol asher bo. V'chol asher bo. I. That's actually, yeah, it's true. It's going to be more like, let's try that. Nice, okay. You guys are okay at calling her. Then we're going to have Az Yeranenu. Az Yeranenu. Kol Atzei Ya'ar. Kol Atzei Ya'ar. Good, let's do it again. Az Yeranenu. Az Yeranenu. Kol Atzei Ya'ar. Kol Atzei Ya'ar. Perfect. Okay, now you're all singers in the band. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not ready. 1, 2, 3. Ya'alos Sadai. V'chol shero ya'alos Sadai. Everyone. Ya'alos Sadai. V'chol shero ya'alos Sadai. We continue on page 13 as we continue these beautiful songs of Kabbalat Shabbat with a fan favorite of Romemu. It is a fan favorite. Like literally, we do it every week. It's a fan favorite. I challenge anyone to find a Romemu as good as the one that Craig Taubman used, and I'll use it. But I haven't found one better. What can I say? So we'll start slowly and then speed up with this one, yeah? Okay. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu lehar kosho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu lehar kosho.
page 49. Just kidding.
No, we prepared 2 months for this message.
I love how the entire room stood up. Like I could say anything. Okay. What's next, Cantor?
I was going to say, that's a lot of power you got. All right, we continue with Lecha Dodi. Okay. Lecha Dodi can be found on... Wait, did I skip something? Oh, I did. I skipped Havula Donai. I'm sorry. Sorry, we're going to page 14.
Page 14, we stand together, the 7 voices of God, Mizmor David. You can find the Hebrew page 14, English transliteration, page 15, Mizmor David.
Okay. Let me give us a key, though. Let me give us a proper key. Instrumentalists, you can sit down. It's hard to drum and stand at the same time. Let's see, where are we going? No, remember we changed that, right? Oh, there he is. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Right. Knees forward. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Knees for the David. Havula Donai v'Eini. Look at me. Havula Donai.
You may be seated. Continue to welcome the Sabbath Bride, page 17. Lecha Dodi, page 17.
We will sing the first, second, and fifth verses. Then we will switch melodies and go to verses 8 and 9. Rabbi, you got that?
I'm sorry, I was talking to Noah. What's that?
You both are supposed to be paying attention.
We're talking about welcoming the Sabbath Bride.
We were going to sing verses 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9. Is he still not listening, really?
I was 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9.
Look at you! That's the combination to my luggage. This is a great melody that we're starting with by Ilana Arian, who was awesome. She came to join us last May. It's a great little melody. I hope you also enjoy it. 1, 2, 3, and wait, no, just not kidding. We don't come in on 4. Yes, we do. We come in on 2. Okay, I can count. 1, just kidding. 1, 2, 3. Lecha Dodi. Here we go. Likrat Kala. B'nei Shabbat. Shamar
verse 8, bottom of page 21, Yamin Usmo.
Yamin Usmo Tifrotzi Ve'et Adonai Taritzi Al Yagish Ben Parsi Ve'nishmecha
You may be seated. We can include Kabbalah Shalom over here, Cantor. Hi.
You keep moving.
That's good. What's next? What's next? Warner's Kaddish. Okay, so this time those observing yard site tonight or reciting Kaddish for a loved one during the year, or those people who just wish to stand in memory of loved ones, page 25 and 26. Yid Gadol, Yid Kadash, Shnei Rabbah, Be'alma, Divra, Kirutei, Be'amlich Malchutei, B'chayechon, U'yamechon, Kuv Chayei, Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, U'vizman, Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shnei Rabbah, Mevarach, Be'alam, Almei, Amayah, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitba'ar, Yitramam, Yitnaseh. V'itadar, v'it'aleh, v'it'alal, Shmei Nekudsha, Richu. Le'ela min kol birchata, v'shirata, tushbechata, v'nechamata, ta'amira, be'alma, v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Imru Amen. You may be seated. I know Allison is still working in the lobby in the kitchen, but I just want to thank her. And who else helped us with the food tonight? Susan Portnoy, Josh Katz, Eva Leiter, Emily Moore, Nancy Stone. Anybody else? Denny Lieber. Thank you.
Just so you know, Denny tasted all the wine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was really a nice way to welcome in Kabbalat Shabbat and to prepare for Shabbat this week as we read Parshat Ikad. I just want to share some brief words. You've probably already heard enough of me online with my words I give every Friday, but I just want to be brief tonight. I'll talk more tomorrow morning about what it means to be a loyal Jew and other kinds of things tomorrow. But for tonight, I wanted to just spend a few moments talk about something I started last week on Friday night. Who was here last week on Friday night? I know a few of you were here. Okay. So it's kind of a continuation from what I talked about last week, that we have 7 weeks between Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, which marked the destruction of the first and second temples in Jerusalem, which was 2 Saturday nights ago. And there's a 7-week period of time until Sunday, September 28th, or the 27th of September, the day before Rosh Hashanah, which will complete 7 full weeks of what will welcome in the birthday of the world. So these 7 weeks have different perspectives, right? These 7 weeks offer opportunities for reflection, for evaluation, for figuring out who we are, for trying to figure out where we are in the world this year, what has been wonderful, what has not been so wonderful, what's been challenging, what's been a blessing, what's been frustrating, what's been joyous, what's been sad, what's been happy, etc. And so what I have been doing is I started last week with the 7 leaders of the Jewish people from the Bible. The number 7 is according to legend in the Midrash that during the 7 weeks between Tisha B'Av and Rosh Hashanah, we focus on one of those heroes of the Bible. So last week, I talked about Abraham. And I talked about the need to have more what in the world. Who was there last Friday? Do you remember what I said?
Absolutely.
Great. You know, rabbis can give the same sermon every week. Life would be so easy. I'll give you a hint. The theme was called faith. What did I talk about? Having faith. Right? Because Abraham was that first individual who had faith in the world and in one God. And so I challenged us, those who were there last week, to have more faith in yourself. Right? Oftentimes we don't, yes? Right, did you guys accomplish that or no? Okay. Oh, it clicked. It's like a humorous grenade, right? The grenade goes off and it takes you 10 seconds, right? Waiting. Oh yeah, I got it. Okay, fine. So I wanted to talk about the second patriarch tonight, who is Isaac. So Isaac sometimes gets the short end of the stick in our history. It's very clear to argue about Abraham being the first, right, the Jewish George Washington, the one who started the Jewish people according to the narrative. It's very easy to be Jacob, right, because Jacob was the father of 12 beautiful sons, a beautiful daughter, right? His name was changed to Israel and became the father of the Jewish people. I'll talk about him next week, okay? But Isaac, it's hard, right? Because Isaac was living in the shadow of his father, and he was living in the shadow of his son. And he was living in the shadow of his wife Rebecca, according to legend, was just absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. So it's very hard to really have Isaac to find his own place in the world. But if you look at his name, the name that he's given by his mother and his father, right, he gets the name Yitzchak. The word Yitzchak in Hebrew, the infinitive, means to laugh. We know the story that when Sarah finds out, when she is 90 years old, that she's going to have a child, she responds with laughter. Perhaps a sarcastic laugh, but also a humorous laugh for good. And we know the rest of the story, right? Isaac is born, and he's receiving the name Yitzchak because his mother has this humorous moment of both being serious humor and sarcastic humor. Oftentimes we find ourselves in the world not like Isaac. We find ourselves in the world not laughing enough. Right? And oftentimes, how often is it that we make a joke, we try to joke around a bit, and the world doesn't think that we're funny? Or the person next to us doesn't understand what it means to have a sense of humor anymore. We're living in a world that's so angry. We're living in a world that's so frustrated. We're living in a world where you look at somebody the wrong way or the right way, no matter how you look at them, and that's a problem. There was a rabbi in the Talmud, in rabbinic literature, Hanina Bardosa, and he had thousands of students. And we couldn't figure out why until there's a commentary that says the reason why he had so many students is because he started off with a comedy routine. Right? He started off by not intimidating his students with Jewish text after text. He would tell some jokes. He'd be funny. He'd have a sense of humor, and he would make everyone feel relaxed and comfortable. And so, going into this second week now of 7, I want us to be more like Isaac's name in the world. Not only being proactive with trying to have some laughs this week, but being receptive to somebody's humor. Right? So this week, if you find yourself in a place where someone is making a joke, laugh with them. Right? Don't take it personally. Right? Don't think, well, you say that to just bother me. Don't go that direction. Laugh. And find someone else that you can laugh with. There are too many people who are depressed in the world. There are too many people who have an organ, and that organ is called anxiety. Right? And that organ is starting to take over the entire being, that we can't even think rationally or with fun anymore. You know, I met a couple of high school kids this week through a Hebrew high school program and other programs, and it's really troubling for me how anxious they are in high school. Whether it's their teachers that intimidate them or make them anxious, their parents intimidate or make them anxious, right? And so we have to figure out a way to allow that anxiety to go away. It's really hurting all of us. It's really, really hurting all of us. So let's follow in Isaac's path and in his namesake. Let's find some happiness this week. Let's find some joy this week. Let's laugh a little bit more this week. I have to say, and I don't mean to embarrass the cantor, but I walk into this building, and sometimes I don't have an easy day. It's not easy. All of us don't have an easy day. But I walk into this building, and if the cantor's here within 30 seconds, you can pick the day, the month, the year, the hour, the minute. Within 30 seconds, and you've heard it all. Her laugh is majestic. It is. Her laugh is amazing, and it changes the setting of what you're in and how you feel. Right? And I don't expect this to mimic Cantor Rubenstein's laugh. That's not what I'm asking. But I am asking for all of us to find a little more joy this week. Go find somewhere in the world, in your world this week, that will make you smile. Go do something that's going to make you laugh and make you feel good. Last week we had faith in ourselves. This week we're going to bring more laughter into our lives. And next week, come on, Shabbat. Shabbat Shabbat. Cantor, that Baruch Hu, right?
Yes.
What page is that?
Page is that?
Yeah.
Page 28. So this Baruch Hu that we're going to do, page 28. And what? Okay. I'm sorry. We're on page 28. This Baruch Hu that we're going to do was written by Noah Aronson. And we'll do the nigun of the melody. It has a really beautiful meditation. And we will sing it, but the meditation is, remember the Baruch Hu, we tend to call this our call to prayer, right? We all get on the same page. Whoever's leading says Baruch Hu, and then everybody responds with Baruch Adonai, just to make sure that we're all praising the same God's literal same page and spiritual same page. And as we're sort of preparing to enter prayer, there's a beautiful meditation that Noah Aronson wrote. And it's, am I awake? By now, hopefully we are. Am I prepared? Are you listening? Is God listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? So as we think about those words, we enter into our prayer meditatively with joy.
We are seated for the blessing of creation, the bottom of 28, and then we move to Avat Olam, the blessing of the Shema, page 29. Page 30, Avat Olam.
אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני
blessing of Thanksgiving, page 37, the top of the page, Mi Chamocha, followed by our prayer for peace, Hashkivenu, page 38. Right now, page 37, the top of the page, a blessing of Thanksgiving, Mi Chamocha.
Our next piece is a beautiful setting of Hashkivenu, again by Noah Aronson. It has some beautiful English in there too. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. You like this one, right? You want to do an intro?
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, shelter from my storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from my storms.
Stand for the Shamra, page 40, the top of the page. Text from the book of Exodus to make Shabbat with joy, part of our lives. Page 40, the Shamra.
This is a setting by Shlomo Carlebach. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam beini u'bein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam yishter yamim hasanan et hashamayim ve'et haaretz u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat ha'inava u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat ha'inava.
Page 41, top of the page. That's good.
Yitkada ve'yitkadash shemei Ravai ve'elma divrav kiyutei v'yamlik malchutei Evai elonu yom elon u'chagei elon et Yisrael
U'bizman ha'arim
v'yimedu
Amen.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitrama v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalam shmei v'kurasham leila v'kol birchata v'shirata
Our private prayers tonight, the Amidah to ourselves, the 7 blessings of the Sabbath, pages 43 through 56. For our own thoughts and prayers, maybe a thought or two about what laughter we plan on bringing into the world, smiles we look forward to in the coming week, the joy that we look forward to embracing. When we're finished thinking about those things, we can be seated and we'll finish our tefillah, our prayers together. continue with Kaddish Shalem. Page 60 before our prayer for healing. Page 60, Kaddish Shalem.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועמד יברח ילותי ויחליף מלכותי. Oh, and I missed something.
No, keep going. Students, whenever you're nervous about making a mistake on the bima, I just want you to know I make mistakes all the time. And if ever you're freaking out about forgetting a melody, guess what? I do that too. And sometimes you need a rabbi Kaplan to tell you how things go. The next page. Oh, great. So our blessing of healing tonight, I want us to think about those who are near to our hearts, dear to our souls, as we always offer on Friday evening a prayer for those who are sick, prayers for stability, prayers for calm, prayers for hope, prayers for healing of strength of body and soul, prayers for safety, prayers for courage, prayers for strength, and prayers for one another. Our blessing of healing, Rabbi Shalem.
Again, a beautiful melody that we do by Todd Herzog. The chorus is El Na, Rifana La, Rifana Lanu, which is it was actually Moses' prayer when Miriam became sick, and Todd Herzog adapted it. But it is all call and response. So just have a listen. El Na, Rifana La, Rifana Lanu. El Na, Rifana La, Rifana Lanu. Dear God of our ancestors,
Dear God of our ancestors,
help us renew our faith.
help us renew our faith.
Grant us a perfect healing.
Grant us a perfect healing.
Bring peace to all our days.
Bring peace to all our days.
El Na, Rifana La, Rifana Lanu. El Na, Rifana La, Rifana Lanu. Restore our strength of body.
Restore our strength of body.
Help clarify our minds.
Help clarify our minds.
Give me a second. Refresh our tired spirits.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Rejuvenate our minds.
Rejuvenate our minds.
Thank you for all these blessings.
Thank you for all these blessings.
Through what I
63 as we stand together, be followed by the Mourners Kaddish. 63, Alleluia.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, v'tekidu aliyoseh breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzo, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, ve'yor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamachim hakadosh baruch. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
You may be seated. We recall with love and affection the yard sites this week, anniversaries of death of Bernice Young, Molly Rosenthal, Daniel Miller, Moshe Orlinsky, George Godfrey, Caleb Glazer, David Golub, Zelda Kravitz, Arnie Kogan, Lois Schaefer, Sigmund Petrushka, Larry Dratler, Helen Rapolanoff, Rose Breitbart, Libby Jaffe, Evelyn Framer, Mary Roth, Mark Moran, and Rose Smith. At this time, those who wish to stand for Mourners Kaddish or memory of a loved one, those who wish to stand for others, page 66 and 67. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma, Divra, Kirutei, Ve'amlich Malchutei, Ve'chayecha, U'v'yamecha, U'v'chayei, L'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, U'v'zman Kariv, Hebrew, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach, Ve'olam L'omeh Umayah. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yit'aseh, V'yitadar, V'yit'aleh, V'yit'alav, Shmei Kudsha, B'rivu. Le'ela min kol v'irchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiram be'alma v'Hebrew. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'Hebrew. Amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav, u'yamaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'Hebrew. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Just talk into the mic right here.
Thank you to Rabbi Cantor and our Ortzi Orchestra.
Ortzi Orchestra?
Circle. And
Ortzi Orchestra?
Ortzi Orchestra.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I did it once before, I had to bring it back. Thank you.
Ortzi Orchestra.
Thank you guys.
The mic
Beautiful.
stick.
Thank you to Tanya and Rachel for being our greeters tonight. I have a couple announcements. Thank you to our very hardworking membership committee who treated us to the wonderful oneg this evening. Shabbat morning services are tomorrow at 9:30 in the sanctuary, followed by Kiddush. Check our website and Shabbat flyer for details on our events, including the Men's Club Fantasy Football Draft on August 27th. Reminder, we have a regular Thursday minion at 7:30 a.m. Please stop by and help us make the minion. Our high holiday information was mailed out a week ago. Big news. Says big news. This year you may register online for your high holiday tickets, book of remembrance, etc. It's very easy. See the instruction sheet in the mailing for details. And then lastly, Stacy, stand up. We have, I get help for this one. We have a new fundraiser this year for the high holidays. That is, we have honey. We're sending honey to everybody in the congregation. Honey from a local Carranza honey farm in Laveen, Arizona. And you can send one to, or anyone go online. We did have a mistake on the flyer. You need to order by September 9th, 8th or 9th.
9, 8, and 9 p.m.
Okay, not what's written on there. That was
9, 8,
later.
and 9 p.m. is the deadline for you to order honey for everyone in the congregation. $8 a jar for members, $18 a jar for non-members. We're mailing it. We also need volunteers to help assemble on September 15th during religious school. So anyone who wants to pop in and help us assemble, we would love the help. If you want to see the jar, let me know. And there's going to be some special extra goodies in the package as well. So there you go. Perfect.
All right, so my beautiful associates, Lady Michelle and Bella, we're handing out something. We're handing out song sheets. So it is, this is what Nikki reminded me of, that it is the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. Unfortunately, I only witnessed the Woodstock in the late 90s, which was a shanta. But there are people out there who were there the first time around. Unfortunately, I was not one of them. But in honor of this, if I don't remember, if you remember you weren't there, I like that. Okay, that was, what's your name, sir? Stephen, that was perfect. You are now famous for me. that was awesome. So we handed out the words to Mr. Tambourine Man, and this is going to be a sing-along. All right? And we all have to sound like Bob Dylan. Now, hey, this old William Shatner, if anybody besides Mike understands that reference, and Keith understands that reference. Yeah, it's just a sing-along. And in case anybody said, but hey, this wasn't played at Woodstock, it was. It was played by Melanie. Does anybody remember who that woman was? Yeah, you remember her? Unfortunately, what she's known for is, I got a hater on brand new roller skates. She's not afraid of me. I know he should. This is a much better song. So let's just start with the, yeah? You guys ready? Oh, by the way, those random extraneous letters are chords. We're not saying, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, okay? I, again, had this on a PowerPoint, so sorry, guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song
stand together for Kiddush, the blessing over wine or grape juice. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri haolam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishor b'mitzvotav v'ratza b'amer, v'shabbat kodsho ya'avar b'ratzon inchilanu zikaron l'maaseh reishit. Ki hu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tzion Mitzrayim. Ki banu v'acharta v'iltanu kidashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha ya'avar b'ratzon inchilanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat 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 shabbat. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom.
Sunday.